In a podcast land where thoughts collide, Brian and Craig will be your guide. No topic too small, no tale too tall. Tune in, laugh out, you'll have a ball. From mysteries deep to light-hearted jokes in a poker rhythm where laughter invokes. Untitled is their name, the fun untamed. Each episode a ride, this shows their claim. Untitled, Brian and Craig, get ready for a twist and a leg shake. In a quirky world where anything goes, join the ride as the madness flows.
Whoa, you just sprung that on me. I was not ready.
Yeah,
I was
did.
not emotionally
I think
prepared for this.
It usually works better if I spring it on you, because then you get the raw, unfiltered
Unfiltered, confused Craig.
truth? Question mark?
Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, not Saturday. What's going on?
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah, okay.
It was not for Pokemon. It was because
wasn't.
this child wanted to see a hockey game.
Nope, that's not what happened. It had nothing to do with
Yeah,
hockey.
I'm sorry, it was wrong. It was because Craig wanted to see a hockey game.
Nope, also not true. The hockey game was last week.
I know. I'm just fucking with you, dude. I know
And
that
they
you went to go
won.
tour, and I know you went to go tour the University of Denver.
We did tour the University of Denver, and they had a big event. It's for all.
It's a nice university. I've been there.
It's an awesome campus, and they had an event for everyone who's been accepted as a student there. It hasn't yet
including your child.
And indeed, I did tour DU, and it was fun. Sorry, we just had a situation where the miracles of modern internet were broken by the fact that somebody had to heat a breakfast burrito.
Foiled by a breakfast burrito. That is the name of this episode. Done.
We were talking, having a lovely time as we tend to do, and then suddenly Brian froze. But I had a suspicion that it wasn't Brian's fault that he froze. And sure enough, there's different frequencies on which you can connect your Wi-Fi, and I have one set up at there's like 5.0 and 2.2 or something. I think, I don't know. I know that there's different numbers. I don't know what they signify. I just know that they're different. And the 2.2 one is the one I should never connect to, because if anyone turns on the microwave, suddenly all internet goes and everything dies. And
Yeah.
that's not good. There shouldn't be one where just someone using a microwave causes the Wi-Fi experience to just poop out. And yet there is. And that's what I was connected to. And a breakfast burrito entered the picture. And suddenly, as you said, we were foiled by breakfast burrito. But I'm back, baby. And I'm on the 5.0, the one that won't fizzle out if someone heats up a breakfast burrito or any manner of microwavery.
Microwavery?
Yeah, I just made that word up, I think. But I like it. I think it's good. I think it's gonna be very popular. Everyone's gonna start using it.
It's bigly.
It's a bigly word. Everyone's saying so. People are talking. I don't have enough frontal lobe degradation to talk like him now. It's getting bad. It's getting bad.
The only thing I want to say on this is, who picks a fight with the Pope? All I'm saying.
It has gotten wild that is where we're arriving at. That he's like, oh yeah, Pope.
Pope cop bringing papal justice.
We never said that on air, did we? That was just a dumb thing that we came up with in text.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Because the Pope is too easy on crime, according to Donald Trump, which is a wacko sentence. And then Brian came up with, we need a new Pope. We need Pope Cop. And
Pope Cop.
That's a great movie title, I think. So
you know what? I want the Pope to just it's just like, I want the Pope and one of his cardinals, and they just go around the Vatican and are just busting criminals, but not in the way you think. They're not shooting them or action, but but it's filmed like an action movie, so that when they have the conversations, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And he's like robbing a bank, and he's like, I need money for my child. And he goes, well, you can go to the food pantry in St. Peter's Basilica. And he's like, oh, I didn't know. And then he's like, tell you what, let's work on your resume. And it's like, Pope cop, papal justice. He does it in a different way.
Lots of flash camera angles and things just zooming in and out.
Yes.
It's an action movie, but it's just the Pope talking about how people can access Catholic services.
Yes. And then I guess just for funsies they can have, when he catches people who are like sinning really bad, he punishes them by giving them a stern talking to.
And some Hail Marys that they have to recite.
Yeah.
Just a question for Donald Trump specifically, if he ever happens to come across the podcast. Is it traditional for the Pope to be hard on crime, and so that is why he's failing? Because that when I think Pope, like historical Pope, like all popes, I don't think Pope and hard on crime. Like those two things do not.
There were a bunch of popes that, did start the Crusades.
Well, that's
and
true.
kept going.
But that was more of just a conquest being evil kind of
Yeah.
thing, more so than like that they were trying to really crack down on crime.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they considered Islam crime, which they probably did. Maybe that's how they just justified that. I don't know. This
I
is
don't know, man.
weird
They all believe in the same thing. They just do it in a different way.
different ways, sure.
Like, I don't know. It just
Yeah.
seems weird to me. But
It's a lot of weird fighting. But anyway, yeah, we went to DU and it was great. There was hundreds and hundreds of high school seniors that had been accepted to DU. There were so many programs you couldn't
Yeah.
do everything because they had a lot of people. If you want to learn about this degree program or see this school or see this,
yeah.
you could do that. So we had to pick from like hundreds of options. But we saw the theater program, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's
Did he already get accepted into DU?
Not only did he get accepted, he's got himself a nice little scholarship there, which is a big
Nice.
reason why come this fall he may be a DU pioneer, and I'm in favor of it. It would be great. So
Well, we like that.
we do like that. We like that for both for him and for my financial situation of trying to support him going to college.
No, he just suffers, and you give him a fat, and he suffers like the rest of us, where he gets a predatory loan.
That's the best way to go. So that you're going to get out when you get out of college, you'll be working for the rest of your life to try to get back to where you were before you were in college, as far as a debt scenario. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
trying to avoid that, so that's a big reason why DU is on the table. Yeah. Also because they have the national championship hockey team, which was pretty freaking cool. Since last we spoke on this podcast, they did win the national title, which was cool. So they now have
Well, we like that, I guess.
11. We definitely like that. It's very cool. So there's that. Let's hear what else happened this week for me. Oh, exactly a week ago, actually, almost to the minute. Well, no, it was later in the afternoon. So
Later in the afternoon, okay.
later in the afternoon. So not quite exactly a week ago, but like in a few hours, it'll be exactly a week ago. I was doing a
Okay.
DoorDash, and I got an order for Wingstop, which is totally normal.
Okay.
And
We don't
that's fine.
like that.
I mean, yeah, you're in Buffalo. I get it, but this isn't about what food was ordered. That's a very low priority about this story.
So here's the crazy thing: is that we have all these great wings, right, in Buffalo,
Yes.
and Wingstop moved in, and people lost their mind. I'm like,
What? Why?
there are better wings
Yes.
at the corner of your neighborhood.
Literally
Yeah.
every corner in Buffalo has better wings than Wingstop. But
Yep.
yeah, again, this is not to cast dispersions on the mediocre wing establishment franchise known as Wingstop. It just happened to be the food that was ordered for this particular story.
Yeah.
So I get the order. I walk into Wingstop. I pick up their mediocre wings. I'm not eating them, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I start driving, and it's only like a 2-mile away delivery, so it's not very far. But the phone
Yeah.
rings, and I had just picked it up, and it's very unusual for the phone. Like, it is possible for a customer of DoorDash to call the Dasher. Now, most Dashers are not going to answer, but I'm always curious, and,
Right.
and maybe I'll get a better tip if I
You
listen to what they have to say.
want to know what they have to say
I'm always
in
curious.
case it's something crazy.
Yes, and in this particular case, it was something crazy, Brian. We'll get there.
Ah.
So I'm like, why are they calling me? I haven't even delivered. Usually, if you get a call, it's because I just got
Yeah.
my food delivered and you didn't get my sandwich. It's like all DoorDash or something. I've made the delivery. My interest in this transaction is now concluded.
And I'm done.
And we're done. So I'm heading there. So I haven't made the delivery yet. So I'm like, why would they be calling me? Like, are they asking for special favors? Are they asking for something
Yeah.
weird? Like, what's going on? So I'm like, hi, this is your Dasher Craig. What's up?
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, this is going to sound crazy. I'm like, that's a great way to start.
Great. That's the best way to start a conversation.
They're like, the place you're delivering to for us is a Airbnb that we are renting for the next few months. We just moved here yesterday. We literally don't know anyone in Denver. Like, I don't know where they're from, but they just moved.
Please tell me you are now best friends.
I mean, that I could have maybe gone that route. We'll get there, but I did not go that route. I did not maintain a relationship with these people post the story, but I probably could have, and maybe I should have. I don't know. We'll see. But
Okay.
I'm like, okay, tell me your crazy story. And she's like, all right, we just moved here, and we are on the second floor balcony of this new place that we have, and somehow
Did you literally have to throw their wings up on the second floor balcony?
Nope.
Sorry, continue.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, it's better than that. It's better than that. We are on the second floor balcony, and the door has locked behind us. So we are stuck on the balcony of this place, and we don't know anyone in Denver.
Oh no. You and the person?
So I'm basically their best friend in Denver at this point. And it's because I've talked with them for about 45 seconds now. Okay. So it's like my husband and I, we were on the porch. He's like, this is not a joke. I'm serious. He's like, the front door is not locked. We ordered food. We wanted to see when you got here if you'd be willing to walk into the front door, go to and unlock the balcony so that we can get off the balcony and come in. And then I hear her husband in the background say, because they are stuck.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm like, and then I hear the husband in the background say, there's a big tip in it for you. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I can probably help you out with that. I'm sorry you got stuck on your balcony.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, so I hang up and I keep driving. And then I call my buddy who also does DoorDash. And I'm like, hey, I think this is legit. But just in case suddenly I go missing, like I'm going to share my location with you on my phone. There's this weird thing happening. Yeah, I've got to rescue someone from their balcony.
Yeah.
So I arrive at the apartment complex where they're staying, where they've got it's not an apartment, it's a condo. But anyway, it feels like an apartment. And so I'm looking for they put the pin in where they said that their house was supposed to be, like on the map.
Yeah.
Which is not correct. So I'm like trying to find the right building. It's building U. And I can't find building U. So I'm like, so I call them back. I'm like, I'm trying to come. I haven't forgotten about you guys. I have your Wingstop and I'm going to rescue you. But first I need to find your building. So that they give me more directions as I'm walking. I'm like, okay, oh, I see your building. I'm coming. I'll be there in a minute to save you. So I walk and I finally find the stupid building and it's up on it's a pretty high, like I can see, I told the story to somebody and they were like, I would have just jumped down from the balcony. It's like, no. This one's pretty high. Like it's got a hill that kind of slopes down from like, you would definitely hurt yourself if you tried to jump down. So
right.
They did the right thing. They ordered DoorDash and then had me save them. So I get to the front door and I open the door and I don't just barge in because it feels really weird, but I do open the door. I'm like, hi, I'm coming in like you asked me to. And then like I wait a beat to see if anybody's like, that kind of thing. None of that. It's completely quiet. So I'm like, all right. So I walk in. It's a very easy to find where the balcony is. And the deadbolt, apparently this deadbolt is so loose that it just, when they shut the door behind him, it just went plunk, which seems like a terrible design.
Oh no.
I know. But I undid the deadbolt, opened it up. And I think the husband wanted to give me a hug immediately, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Weird. Like I don't mind giving a hug to like actual friends or family, that kind of thing. But like someone who I literally just met as a result of saving them via DoorDash delivery and Savior services. That's a little weird. But I open up the door. They both come out and I go, thank God. And then she's like, yeah, this was my husband's idea. I'm like, well, let's get some food delivered. Then maybe delivery guy will save us. I'm like, what would you have done if his name was Umberto and he spoke not a single bit of English? And she's like, well, when we place the order, we're like, well, Craig is our dasher. Hopefully he can help us.
I mean, I guess that, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then she went to her purse, pulled out a $20 bill to be like, thank you. And so I did make a little extra money on that tip, along with the tip for the food. And they had subpar wings. And I went home after laughing with them saying, okay, well, be more careful. Don't do that again. Because I can't, you might not always get me as your dasher. And maybe not every door dasher wants to walk into a stranger's house. So, but it worked. Yeah. And I saved the day, Brian. So now, not only do I deliver food, occasionally I am fire and rescue. Oh, there was no fire, but I am rescue. So.
Well, you're just rescue Craig.
Rescue Craig 911. So
coming this fall to Tubi, of course.
Yeah, the most boring. Mostly he's just door dashing, but every once in a while he unlocks people so they can get out of their own balcony. So
yes,
that's a bet. I would replace that door, honestly. Like if you have a door that you might close it and you might just get locked out on the balcony. That's great. At least it's a good thing. One, that they had their cell phones with them, and two, that's actually pretty ingenious. Like order DoorDash and then because you'll be able to potentially talk with somebody who's coming to your house that
Yeah.
I mean, you could, I guess, call the police as well too, but then, I mean, I don't know. I can understand why you'd rather have a DoorDasher walking into your house than a police officer, because
Yeah.
who knows what kind of contraband you might have out. I didn't see any contraband, but again, I'm not a police officer, so I'm not trained to look for it. So
Right.
I didn't see any drug paraphernalia or anything.
Ooh, cop speak. Paraphernalia.
Oh yeah, well, I am an undercover cop, so I did see all of that stuff, but I have to pretend for the sake of keeping.
Yeah, and then you
undercover.
file a police report, a citizen's police report, and turn them in.
Citizens
You're not going to
police.
have that riffraff. You're not going to have that riffraff coming
Not in my
doing no
neighborhood.
dirt.
No. So they do live very close to me, and maybe if I was like a nicer person, I would have been like, "Oh, hey, we should get together sometime because you don't know anyone here, and now you know me." But I didn't do that. I just took her $20 bill.
Just one quick screener question: do you play Pokemon Go?
That's right. If you do, then maybe we can be friends. But if you don't, that's probably it. So yeah. So there's that. Did the DU tour yesterday. Those are the highlights of this week, I guess. So how about you? Anything good happen?
I bought a bunch of stuff to finish waterproofing my basement because water leaks in just a little bit when it rains.
Okay.
But I need a good day and the right temperature to do so. And guess what hasn't been? Because it's either been rainy or too cold, and it sucks.
You need the sun to come out.
Yeah. The other thing is I built a cat box for the pregnant stray cat that's in my neighborhood, who's very friendly.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're slowly trying to lure her into your trap and then have 6 cats.
Not 6 cats. One of my neighbors is probably going to adopt her. So.
Oh, that's nice. But first, you have to foster it and get it prepared, ready for people, because it's feral. And who rehabs cats better than Brian? Answer: no one.
That's right. I'm a cat rehabber, but I fail at rehabbing.
You do
because I keep them.
Oh, that's true. Well, you rehab them, but then you don't rehouse them. So you got
That's
the first
true.
part of it. You've got the first part of it down, but then you're like, oh, but I love this cat, and then your whole house is
That's
cats.
true.
Cats all the way down.
Yes. So I just need to get some like reflective material and throw that in there, and I'll be okay.
Okay.
And some straw. So I just need like a little bit.
That's good. Where are you putting it? Where are you going to have it for her to come around to be able to lay in?
I'm gonna put it in the my neighbor has like a little overhang, so I'm gonna put it under the overhang on like some bricks.
Gotcha. Is the eventual plan to turn it into an indoor cat for your neighbor who lives with?
Yeah, one of my neighbors is going to adopt the cat, and then I have people who will take the kittens. So.
Oh man, that's a whole process. More than 6 cats if you adopted everyone. Who's to say how big her litter would be?
Probably 2 to 3 cats.
You could almost double your cattage.
Yeah, I don't really want to.
You've probably got enough. You're at 4?
4 cats, yeah.
4 cats. Yeah, I'd say that's enough. You're like on the precipice of becoming a crazy cat lady. You're not there yet, but I mean, it's in range. You can see it from where you're standing, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Fun fact, though, in the next couple of weeks, though, they're going to all get spayed. We don't let them out, so it wasn't really a problem. But we realized that they were getting territorial and weird about stuff. So.
Oh, sure. So you gotta nip that in the bud by removing the parts that make them that way.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's basically what I did.
Okay, that's good.
That's right. I forgot. I also spent like nearly $2,000 on car stuff because apparently I needed to replace all of my brakes, my entire brake system. So that sucked.
Brother, I feel you there, man. We just spent a goodly amount of money. It was a bigly large amount, but now both of our cars are moving as they should, so that's good.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good. So well, speaking of things in cars or in garages, I now have a keychain for my garage door, which is like I have to. Did I already tell you this? In order to go from my house, like my garage does not connect to my house, so I have to like press a keypad button or something. Or press the little garage door button. Then I have to walk out of my garage and then to go up to my house because they're like separated because there's a neighbor's deck is in between. So because we live in a townhome. So anyway, I recently had to replace the pin pad, and it came with 2 keychains that are garage door openers, so you can just have your garage door. Which for me, because I need to close it manually every single time and then walk through it and then go up the stairs to my house.
Okay.
And it's changed my life because I used to have to stand and like press the button, wait for it to go up.
Then sit there and wait for it to close.
Wait for it to go up, wait for it to close, all that stuff. But now my life has turned into what's like the closest suburban equivalent to being the guy who slowly walks away from an explosion, like in slow motion.
Oh, you just hit it and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, like I can be walking to my mailbox and like it's so cool. Like I don't have to press the keypad. All I have to do is walk out and like I press it and it's like I'm walking away in slow motion. And there's an explosion behind me. It's like that's how cool I am now. All that's happening is my garage door is closing, but I pressed a button to make it happen. But it's the suburban dad version of that. I feel so cool. Like it is literally the coolest I've ever been in my life. Is I press that button and I just walk away from the garage and it's closing behind me. And I made it happen, but nobody knows about it. So I just need to have like
feel really cool.
I feel so cool that I need to have someone with like a slow motion camera set up like outside of my garage so I can press it and then walk directly into the camera, which is like the badass look on my face. And I think it'd be the opening to a great movie. So, if my son goes into the film school, because we did actually check out the film school at DU yesterday, we might have to set that up just because seeing the garage door close behind me while I'm walking away from it in slow motion and not even looking back. Like I don't even care. I don't have to look back. I know it's happening.
Yeah.
I know I did it and that's how cool I am. I mean, it's been life-changing and I feel like a much cooler human. I'm not, by the way. I am not a much cooler human, but I feel like it, and so that's good.
Dad of Suburbia coming this fall.
And the promo is just me walking away from the garage door. We'll have to come up with more actual content for the film, I suppose, or we can just play that in a loop for 2 hours, and then people will definitely flock to the theater for that.
I don't know, man. People will watch anything. People watch anything. I'm proof of that.
That's true. So. At least, I mean, you might not get as big of an audience, but at least you'll get the Bryans of the world watching, so that's good. So, yeah.
True.
All right, well, with all of that said, and with my coolness fully exposed for the world to see, at least to hear about, someday you'll see it because the major motion picture starring me walking out of the garage is coming. Yes. So, anyway, with all that said, it is now time. The news!
The news.
Oh, but before we get to actual news, well, this is actual news of a sort, but it's not part of the news because it's something we need to discuss, Brian.
Okay.
Have you heard about the biography that is coming out I think it's this week, about RFK Jr.? Have you heard any tale of this?
No, I have not.
Oh, that makes me happy because it means I get to share with you what's something that's in the book, and we know that RFK Jr. is a weirdo.
Yeah.
I don't know that I knew exactly how weird. How until I read this excerpt from what's happening in this book. And Brian, it's stunning in its bizarrity.
Okay.
This woman who wrote this book. She had access to RFK's journals from like the late 90s. And
oh God, 2000s. What a mess that must have been.
He is apparently he wrote in it every single day, and there are some excerpts that are interesting. But this particular one, apparently, dude is into roadkill. Like
that's weird.
Like he collects it, Brian. Like he has freezers. Like, and this isn't like her projecting or guessing. Like he literally says, and he even said this in an interview one time that he's always been fascinated by roadkill, and he has a great interest in animals and has a freezer full of roadkill that he uses because he likes to investigate it and check it out and stuff. But the particular story, the particular story that's the reason I brought this up, comes from the year 2001, November 11th, 2001. We know this because he wrote it in his journal or diary. I don't know which way we want to call it, but this particular entry, he was traveling with his family on the highway.
Okay.
He spotted a dead raccoon, Brian.
Okay.
So he pulls over on I-684, which I don't know where that is. I didn't check it out, but he parks his car on the side of the road, goes over to the dead roadkill raccoon, pulls out a knife.
Okay.
And then this is what he writes. I was standing in front of my parked car on I-684, cutting the penis out of a road-killed raccoon, thinking about how weird.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, you heard what I said. You heard what this is quotes from the journal, Brian.
Okay.
There's more though. There's more. We'll discuss it all because we have to. But yes.
Okay.
We'll go back to the cutting the penis out of a road-killed raccoon, comma, thinking about how weird some of my family members have turned out to be. This was one thought after another. Dude is pulling over, cutting the penis off of a dead roadkill raccoon.
Yeah.
And then at the same time he's doing that activity, which I am not going to describe as normal. This is not a normal activity. Normal people
Definitely not.
Normal people do not do this. He then opines about how weird some of his family members have turned out to be. It's like, bro, here's a mirror.
Yeah. Here's you. You're weird.
You do not get to call anyone else named Kennedy weird because you
Yeah.
are like the crown prince of weird. And this particular anecdote pretty much proves it. But Brian, it was cutting the penis off of a roadkill raccoon.
There's a lot to unpack there, but
well, because he wanted to inspect it later, is what he says. He wanted to check it out.
Dude, there's YouTube. There's YouTube, and I'm sure there's some guy on there named Tyler the raccoon penis doctor, and he's just putting that shit on YouTube for you to look at without having to pull over, and I'm assuming pulls out a Bowie knife and
something, yes,
sever
a knife.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay. I just
cutting it off. I'm gonna put this in. Brian, did he eat it?
Probably. He probably didn't want to admit that.
I'm not gonna put that in the journal, but deep fry it, a little bit of salt, a little bit of vinegar, you're good.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe that's why he talks like this. He's got a little something stuck in his throat.
I don't know, man. Like,
I know. I came across
like
that.
Everyone has, like, once you get to a certain age, every family like lets you in on their secrets. You could not waterboard me. You could not waterboard that out of me that I cut the penis off of a roadkill raccoon.
No.
Like,
well, first of all, I
will take that to my grave.
Yes. I mean, I would never do that in the first place. One, because gross.
Also correct, yes. Number one, I would not do that.
No. What kind of diseases are you coming in contact with as a result of it says he pulled out a knife. Did he pull out gloves too? Or is this just a barehand job?
He just barehanded that shit.
I don't know how long it's been here, but gotta grab that.
It's mine now. This is red meat and not red dye number 30.
It goes into my collection.
RFK Jr., the raccoon penis collector.
He's the gift that keeps on giving as far as what now? So yeah, that's a story that I heard this week about our Secretary of Health.
Yep. All right. Does it surprise anybody? Nope. And that's I think the most fucked up part is like nobody's surprised.
It's like, oh, that he did that. Yeah, that checks out. I can see it. I can totally see it. So,
yep.
That wasn't really the news. I mean, it sort of is, but it's also just someone's releasing a book that had that story in it.
Yeah.
But after reading that story, I was like, well, there's no chance that I'm not going to tell this story on the show because
it's ridiculous.
Come on. It's got RFK Jr. and raccoon parts. It was custom made for us.
Yeah, it's custom made. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Brian. Let's get to the actual news, the really important things. For the second straight, well, that's not. A couple of weeks ago, we had a thing where we were discussing whether or not like Hampshire was like there's like a town name and then like a comma and then like another word after it.
Yeah,
I was very confused. Turns out that's just like provinces within England. I did some research on it because I came across another one. Weymouth,
the capybara update.
Dorset. Oh, I know. Unfortunately, this is not a capybara update. I do not know what happened to the capybara. He's gone.
Damn.
Or at least he might not be gone, but he is forgotten because there haven't been any news stories that I've seen on whether or not the capybara that went loose in Hampshire has been caught. But this is a different story. I know. I hope he's okay. My guess is he's fine. He's a capybara. How far could he have gotten? He got free.
Samba.
That's right. I'm sure Samba's fine. But this is a different story. In South England, there's a place called Weymouth, Dorset, and it is right on the ocean.
Okay.
And there is a restaurant in there called Catch. Can you guess what kind of food they have when the restaurant is called Catch?
Capybaras and also...
Incorrect.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know. Try again. Try one more time. Catch. What kind of food?
Is it fish?
It's a seafood restaurant, Brian. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
correct.
Wow.
You win. And as many seafood restaurants have, there is a big tank. And instead of having many lobsters, it had one lobster in it, Brian.
Oh, a sad lobster?
It was a lonely lobster, I guess, but I don't know if lobsters require the company of others. You usually see them all together in tanks like that, but that's because they're about to get tossed into boiling water before they're
Right,
consumed. This particular lobster, however, was not going to be thrown into boiling water. He was like an educational lobster that the owner of the restaurant would like teach kids about lobsters with, I guess. I don't know. I think it was
All
just a
right.
pet.
Okay.
I think it was just a
That's
pet.
neat. That's neat. Okay, so
It's kind of fun. So yeah, there was no intent. He had been there for 2.5 years. There was no intent for anyone to eat this crustacean. He was
Oh
there
no!
for
Did they eat Larry the educational lobster?
No one ate Larry the educational lobster, but something did happen to him this week.
Oh no!
Because there's an animal rights activist named Emma Smart who
Okay.
lives in this town, and she walked into the restaurant and seeing Larry there, she did not know he was an educational lobster.
Oh no!
She thought he was a captive lobster that was about to get tossed into boiling water and then consumed by, someone in the general public. And
Okay.
she was not about that for Larry. She
Yeah.
wanted better. She wanted better for him. So, overcome with a sense of justice and stupidity,
Okay. She freed Larry the educational lobster.
she reached into the tank, grabbed Larry the educational lobster.
Wait,
The rest-
as a barehanded situation again?
She, much like an RFK Jr. around a roadkill penis. She just grabbed that sucker. She just grabbed that sucker and yoinked it out of the tank. And the restaurant is right on like the water. So she yoinked it and then she ran about 30 feet to where the deck is that overlooked the water.
And just chucked it?
She chucked Larry the Lobster into the ocean.
Oh no. Oh no.
So Larry the educational lobster might have survived. No one knows because he's gone now. So this creature that was kind of the pet of the restaurant is now gone. Yes.
Oh
now
my God.
is now gone. Yeah. Anthony Cooper, the restaurant's owner, who had educated children with the lovely Larry the Lobster. His name's not actually Larry, but we don't know what his name is.
We're just making
we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him Larry.
Yeah.
Was very sad and actually pressed charges. And
I would too. Holy shit.
I know. But Smart, what's her first name? I just said it not too long ago, but the story is too long. I lose.
Yeah, anyways.
Anyway, whatever her name is, Smart. Her last name's Smart. Mrs. Smart, who cares very deeply about animals, admitted that she had done this, and she was charged. And apparently, this is a crime that you can be charged with in England, which makes me very happy. But
Interesting.
1 count of causing criminal damage to a lobster. That's what she was charged with. So
Not
she
what
appeared. I know.
Okay.
Instead of like animal endangerment or whatever, like it was very specifically one charge of causing criminal damage to a lobster. We don't know if Larry survived. We hope she did. We hope he did. But and apparently this is not the first time that Mrs. Smart has gone into the restaurant and caused a scene, because in 2022, this is also goofy. Sir David Attenborough, the naturalist and voice of nature documentaries and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He was eating in the restaurant. And she saw that he was there, and she went in, and he didn't really want to talk to her, but she was demanding that he start supporting animal rights. And she's giving him like all sorts of things that she needs to support and stuff. And he's like, I'm just trying to have a succulent Chinese meal. It's not Chinese, it's seafood. But
he touched my penis. This is democracy manifest.
I love that guy. Do you know that happened in like the 80s and it sat like nobody knew about it for like 20 years until somebody posted it to YouTube and then it went crazy? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. And then he died. He died like last month.
No, he's still alive, I thought. I heard a story.
Died.
Oh.
No, second Chinese guy died.
Oh, makes me sad. Anyway, yes. So she wouldn't leave David Attenborough alone in 2022 at the place until they found and they asked her to leave and she wouldn't leave. So she actually had to be dragged outside by police officers in 2022. So she should never go to this restaurant because she's always getting charged with crimes. I think she just might be one of those loose cannon like animal rights activists who see injustice everywhere and are just mad all the time. So but she
like
was
that one lady in Las Vegas for the pigeon things.
Oh, well, we don't know if that was no. We think that's a guy, right? She's no.
No. The pigeon activist.
Oh yeah. Oh, we had her name for a long time, but I've lost it. It's no longer in my my head.
Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, that lady never got arrested though. She just helped pigeons. This lady's a little more of a crazy activist, I think. So, anywho,
Next story.
So if
Final
you see
story.
a lobster, there's 2 more. Our first one
okay.
was just because I had to tell you about RFK
Oh,
Jr.
okay.
Needed to be mentioned. The next story is the FAA is investigating because air traffic control and airline pilots, when they are
Oh,
on
is this the meow meow ruff ruff?
that is correct. Yes. Hey, it's
Okay.
no fun when you already know this story, but yes.
I know. I don't know all of them.
Yeah, but you did know this one. That's true. So
I
yeah,
did know
two
this one.
pilots. The pilots and the air traffic control, they're supposed to be business only when it's time to be talking on the radio.
Yeah.
But at some point, although no one said what airlines these pilots work for or what flights they were on, so they're still
Yeah.
somewhat anonymous. But one of them started meowing, like a pilot started meowing, which is frowned
Yes.
upon. They don't want people doing that. And then one of the other pilots, who was also on the radio, started barking. So they just started meowing and barking back and forth at each other. The FAA is investigating because they're not very much fun and they don't want people meowing and barking. So I guess just to keep this one short, pilots, let's keep the animal sounds to a minimum. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, let's not do that. It would be bad. Now, is it probably going to cause any danger? Unlikely. It can't help anything if you're meowing and barking over the very important frequencies that keep people from crashing planes into buildings.
Yes.
Accidentally. Sometimes that happens on purpose, but we don't like that either. And Brian, our final story is our most amazing one and most crazy. First of all, do you know where Zanzibar is?
More or less, yes.
Okay. What? I didn't know where Zanzibar. I mean, I knew that it was Africa, but I didn't. I was like, well, I'm gonna check out where Africa. It's just off the eastern coast of Africa. Like, it's an island. I didn't know that either. But anyway, weird things are afoot in Zanzibar, Brian. Zanzibar police are holding 10 people in custody as a result of a new trend that has started occurring in Zanzibar.
Okay.
Not great, Brian. These people are being held because they started accusing strangers of stealing their genitals.
Wait, hold on. Let's go back one.
Yeah. No, you heard me right. They started accusing absolute strangers. This is a new trend that's happening in Zanzibar, Brian.
Okay.
What happened? It all started April 4th. There was a man who was on a bus. He was on a commuter bus, and he yelled at someone because they touched his shoulder. And he claimed that when they touched his shoulder, it caused his genitals to disappear. And he started getting very angry about this.
Okay.
And everyone around, rather than going, that's crazy, clearly this person who says that their genitals have been stolen
they just yes-anded that shit?
They yes-anded that shit 100%. And everybody started picking on the guy and like, you have to give back his genitals. You can't take his penis. This is not okay. And like,
this is democracy manifest.
He stole my penis. So,
anyways,
yes. So this has now turned into a trend where 10 different people in different places, in different locations in Zanzibar, have started yelling that people have stolen their penises. And then they start getting crowds riled up, and then people are like attacking. Like one guy had to run into his house, and then people broke into his house saying, "You stole his penis, you need to give it back."
You can look, I'm not that I'm advocating for this, but you can easily check.
You can. That's true. And Brian, the police everyone is still intact. No one's penis has been stolen. You'll be happy to know.
Shocking.
Can you believe it?
Because RFK didn't see them on the corner of 675.
That's right. Just keep RFK Jr. away from Zanzibar. It's a collision course of danger right there. Otherwise,
yeah.
So these people who have been making these claims are being arrested because it is causing actual violence to break out. Like where people are breaking houses, people are getting beaten. Like the people that are the alleged penis thievers are the ones that are getting beaten down.
Yeah.
Because apparently Zanzibar is crazy and everybody is believing. Like it's good to believe victims. But also, you also have to use a little bit of common sense, and sometimes don't believe all the victim. And we're going to use victims with quotes around them because, if the crime in question is someone touched your shoulder and stole your penis, like you've got to be a really good pickpocket for that to work.
Can you or a wizard, like some kind of wizard, like
I guess if you're a wizard,
the penis collection wizard, like yes, this is mine.
That's RFK Jr.'s screen name in Pokemon is the Penis Collection Wizard.
Penis Collection Wizard. Just whoosh, here's penis is mine. You know, be even more fucked up is if he like took all those penises and then like grafted it onto his fingers, and so he had penis fingers.
No, I don't like that. No.
Anyways, sorry.
You have to penis fingers.
Robert Pinkett penis fingers.
Please, my friends call me Bobby Penis Fingers.
Bobby penis fingers.
By the way, this is not going to be the doodle for this week. I am not.
It needs to be the art. It needs to be the art.
I am not drawing Bobby Penis Fingers.
Well, you know what my pitch is gonna be.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah.
Sorry,
So please
continue.
do
Finish it
take
off.
all. Please did take all complainants into the government hospital for medical examination, confirming none had suffered physical changes, which
Yes.
I already mentioned. But
No
I think
one
it's
did.
funny that they actually took them into the hospital because, like, hey, look, we're going to take everybody's complaints seriously. Show us where the missing items have gone, or where they
Yes.
were. Yeah, and there's no missing items. So even though the claims are baseless, they do have serious consequences, including violence against innocent people, and so these people are being held. And I don't know if there is a Zanzibarian criminal charge of false complaints of penis loss,
Yeah.
but maybe that may become a thing that they need to do because, against all odds, Brian, this is now a trend. Let's hope it doesn't spread. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, anyway, I'm Craig, and that is the news.
Bobby penis fingers.
It's a really good name. I mean, it's terrible, but
is.
it's also wonderful. It's kind of right on our brand. So yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian. I now submit the floor back to you.
So, I'm a collector of weird movies. We know this. I stumbled across a movie called Excalibur, which came out in like 1981.
Okay.
By a director named John Boorman. It basically tells the story of Excalibur and King Arthur Pendragon, right?
Sure.
Nothing weird about that.
No.
But in the trailer, I saw the visionary director of Point Blank and Zardoz. And I'm like, what the hell is Zardoz?
Well, I don't know what Point Blank or Zardoz is. So what is Zardoz, Brian?
Zardoz is a movie with Sean Connery that came out in 1974. And he's running around in a red leather loincloth and in the land of the gods. It is essentially, but it's like a post-apocalyptic sci-fi fantasy show.
Okay.
Anyways, movie opens up, dude floating head around, talking about how whatever, he's a god and is just, telling whatever. And then there's this floating head that looks very stylistic and it just floats around. And his name is Zardoz, and there's all these like humans, with guns and stuff.
Okay.
And he goes, Zardoz speaks to you, his chosen ones. You have been raised up from brutality to kill the brutals who multiply and are legion. To this end, Zardoz, your god, gave you the gift of the gun. The gun is good. The penis is evil. The penis shoots seeds and makes new life and poisons the earth with a plague of man, as it once was. But the gun shoots death and purifies the earth of the filth of the brutals. Go forth and kill. And then it just starts spitting out guns and ammunition on these people while they're cheering.
You sent me a link to this, I think. Like,
I
because
did.
I remember the guns are good and penises are evil.
Yeah.
It has to be penis, like lots of penis to this week.
Yeah, lots of penises.
Wow.
We should really try to avoid that in the.
We kind of
in the
steered
future.
into this week. I mean, we've done worse. We've
We
done
have done
worse,
worse.
Brian.
But yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and Sean Connery's running around like with this dumbstruck look on his face for most of the movie. And you come to find out that it's basically these people who are gods are bored and they're like trying to learn about humanity and stuff. And they're like, and it turns out that one of the guys who is Zardoz, whose name is like Arthur Frayne or something like that. I forgot his name. I watched the movie this morning and I was just like, what the hell? So when I'm thinking it's weird, it's
If
weird.
you think it's wait, I thought his name was Zardoz. Like,
Yeah, He is so the guy who operates Zardoz and pretends to be Zardoz is like Arthur Frayne, I think.
Oh, so is it like a Wizard of Oz situation where it's like
Kind of.
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain kind of thing? The man behind the
Yeah,
curtain is Arthur,
right.
and Zardoz is the great wizard. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, and then it just goes around and you learn more about this world, and it's basically like an allegory for like I want to say World War II and also the issues that everyone deals with in modern society, which surprisingly is still topical.
Is
I
Sean
mean,
Connery one of the brutes that's running around getting guns?
yes.
Okay. This sounds very 1974. I
Yeah.
can picture the general vibe of this nonsense.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's a strange film.
Did you like it?
I liked it so much in the fact that it was strange,
That appeals to you. This makes no sense.
and I liked the fact that it was it was heavy on symbolism.
Okay. Would you recommend it to people that are a little more mainstream in their movie tastes?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking.
No.
Zardoz. Is it like
The
a
gun is good. The penis is evil.
That's weird. That's just weird. Were they like trying to advocate against like humans reproducing? Why is
Yeah, it was eugenics. He was
You-
basically
okay.
eugenics.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what to make of that floating head. All I can think of is what is the name of that? There's a video game from like the 1980s, I think, that was like in arcades, and it had this like floating head that would fly around, and it would be like, "Beware, I live." And I can't remember what it was. And you were like a little spaceship, and you would like shoot things and stuff, and then like the head would come at you and start. You'd have to like try to avoid. It was all I can think of when you say Zardoz is this giant head that's like, "Beware, I live."
I'm not 100%, but I think that might be Yar's Revenge.
No, not Yar's Revenge. I know what Yar's Revenge is. That's not it. Because Yar's Revenge is that game that had like the little, like the safeties, like it had a little thing that was following you all over the
Little
place. And you were
safety
a little
zone,
ship.
yeah.
And the safety zone, like that was all like had like weird lines that were wavy and stuff. And then you had to like
Yeah.
call in missiles to destroy the big weird thing after you had taken away its shields and stuff. No, I played a
Oh.
lot of Yar's Revenge.
Space Harrier?
Sinistar.
Sinistar. Oh, yes.
I just remembered
Sinistar.
Sinistar. And
Okay.
yeah.
I-
So all I'm thinking of is the head from Sinistar running around saying "Beware, I live," and so like, but now it's saying guns are good, penis is evil, and it's in the '80s video game. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
I mean, it fits
we
the
need
vibe.
we need the Zardoz video game real bad now.
Yeah. Zardoz is a very weird film. It's interesting. You can watch it for free. So,
You can watch it for
Yeah.
free.
yeah.
Do you want to watch it for free?
It's honestly just interesting to see Sean Connery run around in basically a leather codpiece and thigh-high cowboy boots.
Like I said,
So.
it sounds very 1974 for sure.
Yeah.
So okay, there's a lot to work with here.
Yep. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna regale you with the adventures of Bobby Penisfingers.
I expected nothing less.
We're also gonna play the game Spot the Eldritch Horror.
We don't have. That's easy. You point that one out like every week. So I'm already.
No,
I'm
I'm not
ready.
I'm gonna stop pointing it out and have you point it out.
Okay, that's my job now is to be like, let me stop everything once I see it.
Yeah. So
Okay, I can handle this.
all right, here we go.
Okay,
Bobby.
that's all it took. He can't keep it together after saying Bobby. We know. Is this the origin
So-
story of Bobby Penisfingers?
Well, we're gonna get into it.
Okay,
So
good.
Bobby is fascinated by weird stuff, and
Okay, sure.
and all he wants to do is just learn about things, and little things are interesting to him. The size and shape of cat poop,
Okay.
the way why how mushrooms grow, weird stuff like that.
Okay.
He is visited in his sleep by a floating head.
Oh, by 3 ghosts. Sorry.
No, by a floating head.
By a
in his
floating head.
dreams.
Okay. Okay.
And he says, "The penis is good," and
Didn't see that coming.
didn't see that coming. And it just, Jesus Christ, this is so messed up. And in Zardoz fashion, it just starts vomiting stone penises.
What is happening?
I don't know, but it's gonna get weirder from here.
Oh, I
And-
believe it.
And
Wait. Is that the Eldritch horror? The stone penis vomiting floating head?
No, that is
We're
not
not
the
even
Eldritch horror.
we're not even there yet.
So
That's
anyways,
just a normal character. Okay. Anyways.
so Bobby
Mhm.
is like, well, you know what? I need to collect penises because this god told me penises were good.
Sure. That's a
And
logical place to go.
yeah, it makes total sense. And
Absolutely.
so he's like, well, how am I going to do this? So he basically thinks because the only restraint that he has is societal norms. And so he goes to the library and basically learns occult magic and becomes a wizard. And he's perfected a spell to basically touch someone and then steal their penis.
Yep. Saw that one coming. As
Saw that one coming.
soon as the word wizard was invoked, I knew where we were headed.
Yeah. And what was the other thing we had? It was Bobby. It was weird. They stole my penis.
We had succulent Chinese meal.
It's like no. What was the other two?
Oh, we had a lobster being liberated.
Yes.
Liberation of Larry Lobster.
Yes. And then what was the other one?
What was the other one? Oh, it was meowing and barking on an FAA flight.
So Bobby the penis collection wizard is like, does this for a while, and he has all these penises.
He's got quite a collection.
He's got quite a collection.
Sure.
So he realizes, and then so the head comes to him again and says, "You must now graft these to your person." And so
he does that. The big floating head is questionable.
Yes, and so he grafts the penises as his fingers and as his toes.
Yep. Sure, why not?
And once he does this, he has the ability. Jesus, he has the ability to go to other dimensions.
Wow.
Yes.
I don't see how those two things are connected, but okay.
Well, you see, Craig, the penis is good.
Oh.
Jesus.
Sure.
I just want to apologize to everyone about this. There's gonna be a warning on the
again
episode description.
It's becoming too much of a habit for us. We need to stop that.
Yeah, we need to like really slow down on this. I mean, it is explicit, so
yes, that's true.
Like, we don't want to be that explicit.
I mean, we're not. It's more weird than it is problematic, I think.
He's traveling through dimensions, and he looks normal, except he has penis appendages, which is never a which is never a string of words I ever thought I would utter in my life. Anyway,
he looks normal apart from that.
Yes. So eventually, he travels into one dimension, and then he's caught. He is trapped.
Oh no!
And he's like, "What's going on?" And there's a giant lobster.
Okay.
Named Larry.
Yep.
And Larry is aware of this god that wants people to collect penises. Because Larry, the educational lobster, used to be an educational lobster for this god. And he would snip them off and then give them to his god. And then eventually realized, this is weird, I need to stop.
Yeah, this is not good.
So anyways.
He would snip them off.
Yeah. So Larry is like, sorry, dude. I figured out what the power was, and I can't let you keep doing this, Bobby. And Bobby's like, no, I've been thwarted. And it's basically an epic fight between Bobby and Larry the Lobster. And the only way that Larry is able to defeat Bobby is he just starts meowing and barking at him.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And Larry's like, what? And then Larry is able to snip off all the penis appendages. Thus, he loses his power.
But he frees Bobby from the psychotic grip of the floating
penis
head.
God. Of the floating
penis head.
God. Yes. And we never learn why this head just visits people.
Why? Yeah, we don't need to know why. That's unimportant to the story.
It's unimportant, yes.
It is clear though that he's the bad guy, the floating penis head guy.
These are the films that Hollywood needs to go back to.
I think so. We have a AI version of Sean Connery in a red loincloth
Yes.
running through it, just because he can't. Sadly, he's no longer with us, so he can no longer reprise the role. But it can't be anyone else, so we have to have AI
Yes.
recreate him. Yeah.
By the way, did you spot the Eldritch horror?
I was thinking about that. Like, I don't think it's the lobster, because he realized the error of his ways. He got to stop snipping those things.
It was indeed the giant lobster.
Was it the giant lobster? Okay. I mean, I guess he could be like a Cthulhu kind of thing going on there.
No, he's just a large lobster and that's just kind of scary. So,
We have-
anyways,
wait, Brian. I'd like to point out something about this that I find interesting. We have
Okay.
we have three main characters in this movie. We have a floating head that tries to collect
Mhm.
penises and then spits out stone penises from its mouth. That's just a floating head.
Yes.
We have a man who has all appendages that are stolen penises,
Mhm.
and we have a big lobster.
Yes.
The eldritch horror of it is the least horrifying creature. It's just the big lobster.
Yeah, it could
seems-
possibly be. It could possibly be Bobby. Bobby becomes the Eldritch horror.
I honestly think that it has to be Bobby, because Bobby
Yeah.
has penis fingers, and that
And
seems
toes.
Bobby penis toes doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well. But
Yeah. Anyways.
okay. So, and we do the lesson we're learning as a result of this film, like the moral of the story is don't snip those things.
Is stop being infatuated by penises, you fucking weirdo.
I mean, again, much like RFK Jr. calling people weird in his family as he is removing roadkill penis from a raccoon.
Yes.
We might not be able to tell people to not be weird or to not be too focused.
Yeah,
on
that's probably not. But just say, hey, let's just
let's slow
lay
down
off
a
the
bit.
sophomoric obsession.
Okay, we need to follow our own advice. Next week, no penises.
No penises and no more and no cranking it. We can't bring up cranking it.
We didn't even do that this week, and I'm happy about that. Let's stop. Let's not do that. We don't need to go there. We haven't gone there, and we're not going to. And next week will be a genital-free episode of Untitled, and we're going to do our best to. But this week, we're already here. It's my turn
we're already
for
here.
a movie. All right, we begin in a small English seaside village, a lobster tank within a little seafood restaurant. Larry the Lobster is living there happily. He's been there for many years. All the locals love him, but there is one person that feels he needs to be freed, and she walks in. We don't know what her first name is because I forgot it, but we do know she's Mrs. Strong. So Mrs. Strong walks in, and she sees Larry. She sees Larry there, and she's like, "He must be freed." Larry doesn't want to be freed. Larry's living a great life. He's like, "Things are fine."
Yes.
But what Larry doesn't know is what's sleeping inside of him.
What is sleeping inside of Larry?
Oh, it's like another side of him that will only be released with contact with natural seawater in its natural environment, the sea. And so Larry thinks everything's fine. He's in salt water, but it's like it's a saltwater tank. It's not from the sea. It's not the natural. So he's just living. He's happy. He's just a regular lobster. But then Mrs. Strong grabs him, and she like, they can take our lobsters, but they'll never take our freedom. And like just grabs Larry, and Bravehearts him into the ocean. Just chucks him in there, and
chucks
then
his ass right in there.
Yeah. She's like, this is the only thing that matters. I don't care what they do to me, but Larry must be free.
Yes.
So she does get arrested for endangerment of lobster or whatever that charge was.
Yeah.
But Larry hits the ocean, and the demon within him is freed, Brian.
Is it a penis-hungry demon?
No, it's not. We're going to get there, but...
Oh, okay.
He starts to grow. He starts to, like... It's like a really...
I found the Eldritch horror.
You did. Congratulations. He begins to, like, have steam ooze from him. Like, he's growing in size, but also in grotesqueness. He no longer looks like a lobster. He is, as Brian would be happy that I'm creating, an eldritch horror. He's a monster of... He's hard to look at because he's just got tentacles that are coming down from his face.
Yes.
He's grown 3 or 4 more sets of pinchers. And he's grown human legs and arms.
Yes.
And he also has like a dorsal fin So he's like almost
Ooh.
like fish-like, as well as human-like, as well as
So
lobster-like,
he's
as
really
well.
becoming an eldritch horror.
He's becoming something that he didn't know he could become. He thought he was just a regular lobster, but he didn't know what would happen when he met the sea.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
his soul starts to twist. Not only is he becoming grotesque to look at, but he's becoming evil, Brian.
Ooh.
He was just somebody's pet lobster before, but now
Mm.
he is bent on destruction, but like weird destruction. So like
Yeah.
as he's in the water, in addition to becoming this grotesque monster that can now like hover over the
Mhm.
sea, he can like rise up out of the sea and just
Yeah.
wherever he wants to go. He also has some magical powers. He can just like blip around to wherever he wants to go in the world. He
Okay.
can't. And he oozes this like fog and it like
Ooh.
comes from his
Okay.
body, but it will like engulf whole cities. So like he can
Yeah.
go wherever he wants to, just
So
like
he
hovering.
floats around and like observes.
He floats around. Well, he doesn't just observe. He interacts and interfaces with the worlds that he's a part of. So like he'll go to a village and start excreting this fog. And this fog, it does things to people, Brian. If you come in contact with it, it's not the same for everyone.
Mhm.
It'll do something. Like he goes to an airport and he exudes his fog just as several planes are taking off. And airline pilots, apparently, if you're an airline pilot, like once you get your certification, this will happen to you if you come in contact with this fog. They lose the ability to speak, Brian.
Yes.
They only are able to either like there are both cat pilots and dog pilots, and you don't know what you are until you come in
Oh, they just
contact with
start
it.
roughing. They start barking and meowing.
Exactly. And so like they're on the comm saying that we are rising to elevation 12,500. Preparing
And
to
then
make.
just meow,
And then all of a sudden,
meow.
yeah, exactly, because that was a cat one. And then like his co-pilot, because he's a dog pilot. Like they,
Yeah.
and so everywhere in this city, every airplane that's taking off is suddenly being piloted.
Yeah.
Now they haven't lost their cognition; they're still able to think. They just when they try to communicate, it's strictly
just
in meows or barks.
Yeah.
So they're terrified because they're trying, like they know what needs to happen, but they can't communicate that with each other because they're
Yeah.
just meowing and barking. So they're talking to air traffic control, and air traffic
Yeah.
control are not licensed pilots, so the fog is not affecting them.
Right.
But it is causing all of the pilots. So like there's just mass confusion inside the air traffic control
Right.
center because like, why is everyone barking? Like we need to get the FAA to look in this. You guys can't do this. Stop doing that. Like because there was no
Yeah.
warning. All of a sudden, just everyone's barking or meowing. Correct. Exactly. So there's that, and then he goes to Zanzibar. Brian, Larry the Lobster does.
Yes.
He just
I was
bloops
waiting
in
for
because
that.
he's able to. Yeah, of course. He has to, and he starts exuding the fog, and this doesn't happen to everyone, but it does. It only happens to males,
Mhm.
and only to some males. But they become paranoid
That someone is going to take their penis.
that someone is going to steal their genitalia. That's correct. But here's the weird thing:
Okay.
if they get touched by anyone,
Mhm.
in fact, their penises will disappear. They are stolen.
Oh no.
But
Okay.
they go to Larry the Lobster. They don't like they're not stolen by the person that touched them. So like this guy's on a bus and he gets touched by the fog and suddenly he's like, "Oh no, my penis." He's all worried.
My
And then
penis
somebody's
is
like,
gone.
"Oh, yeah." And then the guy walks by like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, can I take this seat?" And he like touches him on the shoulder. And then his
Yeah.
penis disappears. And he's freaking out. He's like, "You stole my penis." And so like there's this big fight. He's like, "Why did you steal my penis?" And like but this guy is not
Yeah.
afraid, and he like just pulls down the pants, and he's like, "There's just like a." Did you ever see Dogma?
Yeah, when it's just like nothing there.
There's nothing there. That's what it's like now for this guy because it's just disappeared. And Larry's like laughing because he now has it, and he's got like a little collection room where he's collecting all of
Yes.
these. So like because he's like, you know what, I'm gonna collect Zanzibarian penises because that's my new collection. only from Zanzibar. He's got to collect something. It might as well be penises from Zanzibar. So he's collecting them. So there's like 10 or 11 people that have this happen to. So he's got a nice little collection that he's starting. And then he
Yeah.
loses interest. So he only does that for a little bit. Because that's the other thing. Larry the Lobster has a very short attention span. So he will collect
Yeah.
penises from Zanzibar for a few minutes and then he gets tired of it. And then
Yeah.
he just goes into a trophy room, that kind of thing. He'll take photographs, or he'll take audio recordings. That's what he's collecting of
Yeah.
pilots that are trying to talk to the FAA. And he thinks that's hilarious. So he's got all these audio recordings on his computer of people meowing and barking. Like he's not doing this to be like super evil. He just wants to like mess with people. But like he's causing problems. He's permanently disabled these pilots who can only bark and meow for the rest of their lives. He's literally removed Zanzibarian penises from Zanzibarians. And Zanzibarians, I don't know if you know this, Brian, but they need those. They're important.
They do. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, just like everyone. Much like foreskin, having a penis is a human right, I think, right? So if you're a man.
Forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. So he's going around on all this, and The Zanzibarians are like, we've got to do something to stop this, but who could possibly help us? Who has the in-depth knowledge of penises that would be able to really?
It's RFK Jr., isn't it?
I'm here to help. And Zanzibar's like, we need to get RFK Jr. in this because I heard.
Yeah.
So, against all odds, Bobby kind of figured this out. Bobby Kennedy. He's while he is very weird and not good at being a health administrator, turns out he's really good against fighting Eldritch horrors that collect penises from Zanzibar. So he goes into his collections. He's like, I collected this back in 2001. And this is from a raccoon, but I think it'll help us with the Zanzibar situation. And he like puts it into a potion. So it's almost like he's a witch. He's got a cauldron brewing and stuff. And he's like, we need to put this in here. And he's putting, we need to put in breast milk, of course. And what else would Bobby Kennedy put into I don't know, the hopes and dreams of people that believe in science? Beef tallow. All the RFK Jr. hits go into this cauldron.
Yeah.
He starts brewing it. He gets a couple other witches. Because RFK Jr. is a witch, I think.
Right.
I think that's obvious. But in case you didn't know. But they come up with this potion, and when they feed the potion, he's got a lot of roadkill that goes in there too. So he's really got a stew going if you're being real about it. But so he feeds the stew to the Zanzibarians, and everything grows back. Like it's new, and it's slightly more raccoon style than you'd want.
Raccoon-like.
But it's better than nothing, is what the Zanzibarians say. So at least he gets something that grows back. So he's got that going. And then, then he just goes back into his RFK Jr. cave, and with all of his freezers full of different roadkill parts that he's going to check out later. Because you never know when they might come in handy. You might be able to restore people's... Yeah, exactly. You might be able to restore people's manhood with it if you know what you're doing.
All right, now how does he defeat Larry, the floating Eldritch horror?
Good question. That's a really good question, because he does need to defeat him. So he's like, well, this worked to help the Zanzibarians. Maybe it could also hurt Larry. So he goes to... Well, Larry's no longer in Zanzibar. Larry goes back to the seaside village in England because he's like, that's home. That's where I feel. Even though I'm now an evil monster, he goes there. And so RFK Jr. is like, you know what? I'm going to go to this seaside village, and we're going to just have a showdown. So what he does is he gets a super soaker full of all of what's left over in the cauldron after creating his potion. And he just loads that up in the super soaker. He's like, Larry, your time has come. What? No, excuse me. Larry, your time has come to an end, and I will defeat you. I feel like I've lost my RFK Jr. voice. I think it used to be better. I don't know what happened. I need to work on that.
So anyways, he sprays
he gets the super soaker and he sprays it, and it like washes off. There's nothing magical about the potion for Larry. Like it was magical for the Zanzibarians, but it's not magical for Larry. And so what happens is it just sprays off all the sea salt, and it's quickly, he was floating above the sea. So once it gets all sprayed off, he goes back to just being a normal lobster while he's in the air. But then he starts to fall. So RFK Jr. runs with a lobster tank.
Yeah.
And gets and like dives with the lobster tank and just catches him before he falls back into the sea. And then he takes him back to the restaurant. And he's like, hey, I found your Larry. Everything's fine. and so that Larry just goes back to living his life as a lobster in the restaurant. And RFK Jr. saved the day. Didn't really have RFK Jr. as the hero of our story.
Yeah. You really did.
Here we are. Yeah, but he did it. So although there's precious little proof of that in real life, apparently even RFK Juniors can be heroes in the right situations. It just requires magical lobster eldritch horrors attacking Zanzibarians and removing their genitalia. That's the one instance in which RFK Jr. might prove himself useful.
Oh my god. Well, you know what is useful all the time?
Yeah, especially if you have ears.
Q-tips.
I think so, most definitely. And if you have Q-tips, you need to know how to use them, Brian. Because otherwise you might start getting sea salt on, you might dab them in the sea and then like start putting them on lobsters. And
you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. You never know what might happen. Because granted, most lobsters do not turn into like horrific monsters if they're doused with it. But Brian,
But you're not ready. You don't want to roll that dice.
You don't. So you want to learn how to appropriately use them and not just use them on lobsters that might be hovering above the earth soon if you do so. Because you don't want to unleash that upon the earth. So in order to make sure that you only use them correctly, what should you do, Brian?
You should check the back of the Q-tip box. Because in the back of the Q-tip box is instructions.
And then if you read those instructions, you'd know how to use them properly. So I guess what we're saying is that you should always read the back of the Q-tip box.
You should always read the back of the Q-tip box.
Yeah. And keep them away from lobsters, just to be safe.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's a given.
For sure.
That is
all right.
a given.
Read the back of the Q-tip box, people.
Untitled with Brian and Craig is produced and edited by me, Brian Dunnigan. It is also hosted by me, Brian Dunnigan, as well as Craig Dodge. Opening and ending themes are created by AI, so nobody has license to those.